have you had any experience with scammers in the market?
There were pretty obvious scammers, like BitConnect type of people, which was like pretty Ponzi from the beginning. And I didn't really know all of that crowd, but especially when I moved to Hong Kong, like I mentioned, that was kind of like the start of when like Alameda was being born in Hong Kong, and institutionalization started happening. And a lot of those folks in my network from those times turned out to be fraudulent. But it never started off as, hey, like, this guy's really scammy. I don't want to be friends with him. In fact, they were all, our friends. We got along and we thought they were good people. And I still think the intentions were good. I really believe that a lot of these folks were younger, not as well experienced, and intentions were there. They meant well when they started off. They never started off any fund or any activities being like, I'm going to scam people. But it just happened that way. It wasn't like halfway through they turned around and was like, yeah, let's just actually scam people. It just happened.
Like they made an inexperienced mistake, and instead of like just manning up and like dealing with the consequences and repercussions of it, just kind of like kept moving forward, and eventually you kind of just like dig the hole deeper, and next thing you know, you're scamming people at this point, and this is not what you intended to do, but fuck it, you're here now. What are you gonna do?
It just happened that way, and when they realize, there's no turning back. I do know a few people who were fortunate enough to turn back. Good for them. Yeah, I mean, I don't think they're in much trouble. I could think of like a few people right off the bat, but there were people who did walk away.
Wow.
But there were people who didn't. And I still have very split thoughts on whether they knew or not, whether they're evil or not, because they didn't turn away. It's tough. All of it was a little traumatic, right?
I can imagine. Well, that's cool that some people were able to like take accountability and cut their losses, but also like walk away from potential huge profits because it didn't sit right in their soul and their morality and all that, and kept their dignity and respect. Like, shout out to anyone who went through that. That's dope.